I'm Trevor Pro-Molyneux with, of course, my dear friend and co-host, Jill Fitzberg.
Good morning. We're so happy.
It's a beautiful morning today. Obviously, it's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday. We had a little things going on, right? We couldn't do it yesterday for...
No, we had a few things, but we've had a really busy, fun weekend. You had a great weekend.
I had a great weekend.
What'd you do? Tell everyone.
So much fun. Okay, the first thing was for Greenwich Hospital. I went to a gala and they had Gavin DeGraw singing.
Oh, I like him.
He was so
He's adorable.
fantastic. He touched me. I was like at the stage and he put
Not
his
just
hand down.
emotionally, he touched
Both.
you.
Yeah, actually my hand. He held my hand. I was like, oh my god, okay.
You had a good
He's
seat.
Totally adorable. We were right up front. It was
Wow.
super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Polo, Greenwich Polo.
That was your weekend.
My weekend was
You're not
pretty cool.
moving.
No, not moving. I love Connecticut. It's so much fun. It's a blast here.
Polo, I haven't gone this year and I love going. And we had to do a show there because now we're in
Yes.
fashion world. You could definitely dress.
See,
We're with Lynn Morgan Saria today, who's an amazing stylist. We're so excited to get to her
We
things.
have lots of fun things to show you.
Yeah, and she can dress us for Polo. And you always, where do you get these hats?
I
Where does
love
this person
hats.
get hats in
I love
Connecticut?
hats, right? So I was in Nantucket a couple weeks ago. I saw this at a really cute store. I was like, all right, pink hat. Who needs one?
Oh, I love it. And you go to all these functions, and I always wanted to have like the giant. So maybe the lovely woman we're with today can help me figure that one out because I don't know where you buy these things or find these things around here.
And this is why we're going to talk to a stylist today, Lynn. So you had a really interesting question that you posed to our audience. All of you guys are our viewers. So what was the question?
So let me give a little background. I'm kind of known in my family and with some of my friends as always asking probing questions. Some of them are very superficial and funny, and some of them are deeper, which I'd like to get to too, you know, like your goals in life and what, you know, what's really important to you and things like that. And one of my things is that whether it's your friends or your family, and I feel really strong about that, and that's kind of why I'm excited to have this forum too, is that I like to know the people that I love really well, and I think we often don't take the time to ask them some of the most just questions that we would know more what they want out of life or what's making them happy or not happy. But we're going to start with just kind of a fun memory, or it's a way to get to know what people are thinking maybe about romance or love, which was what was one of your most memorable kiss. And I heard somebody kind of allude to this somewhere, and I'm thinking there's no way when I say that to someone that something doesn't pop into their mind right away. Right away. So we put it up on Facebook, and we got some really fun answers. There was two that I was the most jealous of. One was a woman who said, just recently on a trip in France on a gorgeous boat with her husband, going down the Seine River, perfect time, perfect. I was like, all right, that sounds amazing.
That is a good kiss.
One was another friend of mine known for her deliriously happy marriage. She said, oh, just last weekend in this cabin up by the Hudson. I was like, all right. My siblings both noted kindergarten.
Oh, kindergarten. You remember
kindergarten first. One of them got sent home from school for kissing all the time. And another one remembered this. So it's kind of funny, but a lot of people did go far back in time.
Yeah.
And
so send us your kisses. We would love to hear about it. You can text us. You can, Facebook Messenger us. We'd love to hear your stories. So,
are you going to tell your story, or are you saving it for the end?
You know, I think maybe at the end.
At the end, we'll give ours.
Yeah, we'll give ours.
We definitely
so
have
you guys
some.
stay tuned and listen.
I mean, we have a lot of viewers who might think that they're going to be mentioned, so they'll have to stick.
All right, so right now we're going to introduce our guest star stylist, Lynn Cesaria Morgan.
Hey guys, how are you?
So,
how are you?
We are standing right now in Lynn's beautiful office right in Southport. It's gorgeous. I walked in this morning and I was like, oh, right. Beautiful clothes,
everything. We'll show you some pictures later.
Amazing accessories.
Got going on.
Notice this adorable bracelet. I'm going to take my hat off now and then we can focus. And so, Lynn, first of all, who do you dress? Because we were thinking you dress only celebrities.
Right. I'm asked that every day because people don't think stylists are for regular people. So I don't dress red carpet people. I leave that to the red carpet people stylists. I dress everyday people. People who are working moms. People who are soccer moms. Anybody who's buying clothes on any level, I dress them. I get clothes from Magnificent. I have relationships over 22 years, 24 years with vendors, with consigners, so I get very unusual things that are perfect for my clients.
And I've seen Lynn, literally, I'll see her in a store, I'm like, what's that? She always manages to pick up the best thing in the store, and I've seen you doing that a few times some people have bought stuff off of you shopping.
Yes.
People we know well.
Yes.
So you had some suggestions, maybe maybe a wedding. Maybe give us a couple things.
Right.
Like,
So
I'm going to go away for July 4th weekend.
I just did, a lot of people do destination weddings in the summer, so I constantly have clients coming to me asking me, this says casual chic, what does that mean? Well, I do know what that means. A lot of people don't know the verbiage.
Yeah.
So
and the wedding, the summer wedding, like late afternoon into the evening, it can be really tricky.
It can be really tricky.
Yeah.
So I do know what to get, so they're always nervous and worried, like they don't know what to get. And I was like, go do your thing, and then let me do my thing. You go do yours. And so I pick out various things, and perfect.
So do you have some examples of what one might want to wear to a destination wedding?
Well, I don't have the wedding stuff here.
Okay.
What I have here is, since July 4th is coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a long one. It seems like there could be 4 or 5 days worth
of
fun.
So July 4th and all the, after that people go away and whatnot. The 5 days. So I put together sort of a 5-day regime, 5-day outfit. If you're here, if you're away, you're going to parties, picnics, what have you. So
let me start with my favorite.
Yes. Jill loves it.
It won't fit on me, but
so I got this for a client a number of years ago. She's done it twice in the vineyard.
Super cute.
Is this great?
In the vineyard with the whole setting and the
exactly.
How does this woman get this up?
If you were a little bit further over there, I think we can see it better on the camera. Yeah, exactly. I think we can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
so I paired it with a lariat necklace.
Here, you scooch over too. You can see the whole. It's a long dress.
It's a long
adorable.
T-shirt.
It's so I'm actually going to move our flowers. Our flowers are beautiful. But I want everybody to be able to see this is just adorable for July 4th.
And I love the necklace with it.
So perfect.
Right. Would you wear a hat with that?
You could Trevor can get away with a hat. Trevor can get away with a hat.
You didn't say Jill or Lynn.
because we all have different looks, different hair. I'll get you a hat. But it's a fun thing. You can wear it with sneakers. You can wear it with sandals.
Yeah.
So that's number one.
So cute.
So
it's like it's a way to wear the flag prints in a really cool,
right. So
way.
look at it with this handbag.
Oh, that's so cute.
So chic.
Wait a minute, I like that middle one too. The one
I know,
without all
that's
red, white, and blue.
But this is great. The raffia with the very casual.
Perfect.
Okay, that's yours. This is mine.
And if we can grab,
I'll show. Flip this around.
There's a red sandal.
I think we
That's
have
for
another
another
outfit.
outfit. Yes, there's a gookie.
The gookie
So-
and
Look how cute those sandals
Sneakers or sandals?
Oh, sneakers would be adorable.
yeah. I have white platform sneakers that are like my favorite thing in the world, and somehow everything wants to.
I told
That's
this
shoes like
client,
Dr. Bond. You know
I
me.
told this client years ago,
Cute.
go get Keds. She said, Keds? I said,
Yeah.
I'll get the money back.
Totally.
And now the sneaker choices
Are
cool.
amazing. Amazing.
So we have a couple of hellos out there. Michelle Ross is saying, good morning. Hi, Michelle. John.
That's a styling woman.
Hi, John.
Michelle Ross.
So this is bateau, which I love. I love French.
Bateau, meaning
Everything
boat.
that's
In
French.
France,
Bateau, boat, stripes. So off the shoulder, simple little dress.
Does it go to about here?
Goes right to here, like
So
just
cute.
right like that, without the hanger.
Right.
Here, scooch over that way.
Yeah, scooching.
You know, yeah, scooch this way. Yeah, so you can.
So
You go over
this
there
is
too.
great. I paired
It's
it
wrong side
with,
direction. There's my bag.
okay, Gucci
Oh,
bag,
cute.
Super cute.
white sneakers, and these great earrings. So people would say, can I wear stripes with these, multicolored earrings?
And also, isn't
Yeah.
it like so much more of a mix
It's
of everything?
it's so
and
great.
prints
The
and-
colors are great. It's perfect. Again, sneakers.
Love.
I love this for
Yeah,
sneakers.
it's
Or
adorable.
sandals. Or as I call them, scandals. What scandals are you
great
wearing?
work.
So this. Then
So, Lynn, what do you do if you don't have somebody's size here? Do you go shopping with them? How do you make
I
that
don't
happen?
take my clients shopping anymore. It's just they're working, they're busy, it's too much. So I bring everything here on the rack.
Wow.
I bring tons and tons of items.
Uh-huh.
I take out tons of merchandise.
Great.
And they pick what they want
Uh-huh.
and they leave the rest.
So how far over do you shop almost all Fairfield County? Do you go out of Fairfield County? Do you order?
I order
everything?
from my I have consigners that I work with all over the country, really.
Okay.
So I order up from everywhere. Everywhere.
So, can you give us maybe a dressier look?
Yes.
If you're
Oh,
invited to kind of a nice dinner party.
You're all gonna love this one. So Norma Kamali came out with, remember Norma? Do you remember Norma Kamali?
Well, distracted with this wrap.
This
I
was
love her.
her season. She sold out of this.
Yeah.
Feel the fabric. You could spill wine on this. You could spill water on this. I did spill red wine on this.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
So you can put that on at 8 in the morning and
This,
wear it until
yes.
just
So
change your
it's
accessories.
draped beautifully. I did it with this, and then you could go really fun. Look at these.
Fabulous. Super fab. We love it.
This is great.
Mm-hmm.
So this is dressy.
I love that. Like, I go to the city a lot in the morning.
This is perfect.
And I stay through the night.
Right.
And I like that. Let's change the shoes, change the earrings.
Exactly.
Because otherwise things start to get just wrinkled, especially in the summer.
Grab those
Wrinkles,
Dolces.
icky.
We just lost an earring.
Grab
Here we
those
go.
Dolces.
We don't want to mess up with the earrings. So Jill Callison saying good morning. Hey Jill, how you doing?
Dolce
You know what
Gabbana.
you think?
And Stephanie Marchese, Steph, hello.
Dolce Gabbana
Look
shoes.
at those shoes.
Yeah,
She
perfect.
Love them. Love
All right, you check that.
them. Okay, we got it.
I'll take this.
So,
Okay.
Do you pull out a couple of these just
Yeah.
to show?
Yes. Pull,
Look
pull,
at,
pull,
I'm a
pull, pull.
Gucci lover, but look at the things
So
she's got in
this-
her rack. Not what you see, these flower
You won't
jeans.
see these in stores. So
gorgeous.
cold shoulder
Yeah.
with those. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a French dress person.
Oh,
I
Love
love
this.
that.
Look at this necklace.
Aw.
Oh, I love
How
that.
sweet is
Sweet.
this
It's
for
really
this?
sweet.
How sweet
Yeah.
is this for this?
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Uh-huh.
This is adorable.
So
Can
I'm
we-
going to move you guys a little bit. I'm sorry, it's not getting squished in
We
the
are.
corner.
We're getting.
You
We're
can't
getting.
see these
We're all falling in love with the
clothes.
wrap. So these are the pants that Lynn was wearing
I know,
in the
of course.
picture that we put up. We got a lot of questions, requests
Yes.
about these, which I think were
Beat
philosophy.
it.
So those are vintage. I get a lot of vintage things. A lot of vintage things.
Now,
And
what
that's
do you wear
the
with
beauty.
this?
White crisp shirt.
Crisp
White. This says it all.
Yeah.
You want to bring the
It
attention.
says
You always
Trevor
want
to
to
me.
bring the
I would
attention
wear
around.
Trevor Polo.
All right. So what shoes do you wear with those?
Shoes, I wear neutral shoes, something
Neutral.
like your Jill is wearing.
Jill's wearing neutral.
Right.
Okay.
So I wear a
Like it.
neutral shoe. I bought a vintage shoe to wear with it. It was just perfect.
So you mentioned casual chic, and I know that really confuses people. So when you see that on an invitation, what
Yes.
do you say to your client?
Well, it depends where the wedding is. I just styled a client who had a wedding in Saratoga, one in Maine, one in San Francisco. So if it's on the beach, depending on the time of day, depending on the client's body. So one client I did a Roberta Cavalli vintage long dress for that was killer. Another one, an Ichiro dress. I love Ichiro. So Ichiro has a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Then other people don't do color as well. They do simplicity. So a shorter gal, I just did a short dress for Karl Lagerfeld.
Okay, so what do you do when you're on the beach? Because you're not going to put heels on.
That's it. So I do
Or
a
even
flat
polo.
sandal.
There was
I-
a wedges.
Oh, grab that sandal with all the diamonds on.
Oh, these are
The
cool.
dime, the bling.
Super
All the
love
stuff.
these. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so these,
Great.
that goes with any dress.
So beach flats.
Yeah.
But you can be blingy. You can have
Yes,
fancy.
right.
And the most important thing that I thought you said this morning, and why someone sometimes needs a stylist, is because really dressing for your body.
Right.
And I think you should talk about that because everybody sees these
Right.
pictures and
Right.
they want it. Look, I could try 80 things and 2
And
will
that's
look
the
good.
thing, you're absolutely right, Jill, because if you're not dressing for your body type, you could put on Valentino and you're going to look crappy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I want to say a quick good morning to Michelle Schmerzler. She says, hi ladies. Good morning.
Hi.
I felt like we have romper. Remember, did you have romper?
This is a cover-up. I bought, this is actually a cover, feel the fabric, bathing suit fabric,
Yeah.
cover.
Adorable.
I've worn this as a dress a million
With
times.
the blingy sandals.
With blingy sandals, fabulous pearl lariat. So I dress for my body.
Right.
I have
I
my,
love this, what you're wearing.
thank you,
Of
Mike.
course.
Isn't
But
this
dude,
great?
yeah, the back looks fantastic. Very
So I have upper
And on
arm
your-
issues. I have
Not
upper.
believe that.
So for me, cold shoulder, anything that covers this just a little bit is perfection. So I know my clients' bodies. I know what. They'll show me something. They go, don't you love this? I say, yes, but not on you. But I do have another client that would like that.
But that's
And actually, that's what you want to hear from your stylist, yes, but not on you.
Right.
So that you feel you look your best, because it's not the print.
Noticing a bathing suit. Now
Yes.
that is one of the toughest things. So
Everybody.
let's
Well,
move
Back
that's
to
weird.
here.
That was
Okay.
fantastic.
So
Can you still see?
this is back to the tankini. which is so flattering for everybody. Look at the back.
It's back in style this year. I'm so
It's
happy.
definitely back in style.
Cute.
Love.
What bigger nightmare?
Okay, this is great. First
The
of
one
all,
place I
yes.
would drain my savings account is for my bathing
For
suit,
bathing suit.
possibly jeans.
But this was not expensive. This was under $80.
Oh, that's a
Okay, this is
Really
the
good.
back. This is the front.
Yeah.
The color is great. Look at it on your.
Yeah, it can be good on a blonde.
So far,
Look
she
at it
gets
on
the
you.
hat and the bathing suit so far.
Huh?
She's getting the hat and the bathing suit
And
the pants.
on
And the
my
beaded
color.
pants. The beaded pants, like to the
Yeah.
or something to the.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I did
That's
this,
the whole weekend right there.
Yeah.
and then this
So
is you
cute.
can wear this over it at the beach.
Mhm.
Then your bathing suit's
So-
wet. Take it off. You're out at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How great is that? It's easy. It's easy for me to dress people.
So if we had a 3-hour show, I think we could go through every item.
Everything
I have
we
to
done.
say, everything on here is just so cute, really, and different. Like these
Yes,
flowers,
so cute.
how adorable, and
So
just
cute.
something.
Okay,
I
another
love
fun thing.
this.
I love that too.
How great
Yeah.
is this? So
So
this
great.
was one of my finds. Okay, flamingo
Gorgeous.
sleeves. I call these my flamingo sleeves with the little white jeans.
Absolutely cute. Oopsie, you got stuck.
We have a hook.
Little hook.
So there,
That's really
done,
There you
done,
go.
done, and done.
Very elegant. You can go to a nice dinner.
You
can
can
go to
really go
Polo,
anywhere in
You go to
this.
polo.
Yeah, you can
Best,
go
I'm gonna
polo,
say
but
yeah,
don't
best
ride
clothes.
in this
Yeah.
because the sleeves will get in the way.
Oh, yeah. Which sleeves? I love
So all awesome. So there's really a reason to get a stylist because
Yes.
look at this, just the,
Oh, and
the
for packing.
entirety.
I pack for people. I packed a lot of people who were going on vacation
My
or
God.
whatever.
Love,
So-
I
so
love lace.
It's the mix and match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So people are very confused when they're going
Yeah.
away. It's like, I have so much to pack, I don't
I'm
know.
confused going to New York for one night.
There
When I'm
you
packing, when I'm
go.
putting my
So
little suitcase.
it's everything
much
is
stuff.
interchangeable.
Mhm.
Everything is interchangeable. All the shoes, everything.
So smart.
Easy.
So give Lynn a call if you're wondering what to wear to that important wedding that's coming up and you're not sure what casual chic means.
You
And
just
really
need
how to
some
pack for that
your,
weekend.
your work wardrobe
That,
plans.
yeah, so that's so if you move to the middle, that's better because then we can see you. And what I think one of the biggest things is we get kind of stuck. I get stuck in the same look that I tend to always put. I've got like 3 favorites that I go to in my closet. And if you talk to Lynn, I bet you can like really pull things out and say, have you ever tried this?
Mix
or
it
that?
up.
Really mix it up,
Yeah.
right?
People do. We all tend to. I do too.
Right.
With
You get stuck.
black, 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 black,
Me.
black, 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 and it
Me.
doesn't look good. But
Vampire.
in
I'm
the,
a vampire.
in the summer, I really encourage people to.
So how can everybody find you, Lynn?
How can everyone find me?
Uh-huh.
Well, I work out of Southport. I have a website, lynnCesariaStyle.com.
We'll put all your links up too.
My Facebook.
Yeah.
Your phone number.
My phone number
Uh-huh.
is
Yes.
203
Uh-huh.
258 5355. I feel like I'm writing on a bathroom stall. Please call me. I'm looking for a date. No kidding.
Do you style men?
What?
Do you style men?
Oh, of course I do.
Cool.
That is-
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me just
Men.
repeat that. Do you
Teenagers.
style men?
Teenage guys?
Teenage girls.
Yes.
Teenage girls?
Actually, a lot of teenage girls. I have
Oh my
clients that beg
Yeah.
me after I'm done with them.
Uh-huh.
Please do my husband.
Oh.
Most of my clients, after working with them for a year or two,
Uh-huh.
their husband's not meeting their game.
Yeah.
So I step the husband up to the woman's game.
I like it. Oh, by the way, Dina, one of our people watching, she's saying one of the toughest things for her is finding a bathing suit that is age appropriate but doesn't scream grandma. Good.
Call in.
Yeah.
Call me.
And I have to mention, so
the
I knew
answers.
that you also help. It's a logical path that you help with design too.
Yes.
We'll show you some pictures later of
Yeah.
just some of the things that she's
Mhm.
done that
Yeah.
are so beautiful. So
Yes,
really.
what ends up happening is I style my clients and then I style their homes. So it,
I love
yeah,
it.
I style the husbands, their
And then I
children,
style
their
the
parents, their
and the
everybody.
Looks
and I also do closets. Well, that's the first thing
Oh.
I do because that's where the madness starts.
Yeah. Yes.
For people,
Yes.
they have things in their closet that have no business being there.
Yeah. I hear you. I've been cleaning out my closets lately.
It's like a lot of old.
But it's a
give up
good,
the
it's
old-
a cathartic
Yes,
feeling.
you, you clean out the condo
Every-
thing.
Right.
Just if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it.
Right, but also there are things
Or
in
fit
your
your
closet.
closet.
There are things in your closet that you might not be wearing that should be revived.
Exactly. Which
I'm so glad you said
today.
that.
I have not worn.
I'm mad for that.
I love this.
I'm mad for that. And
I'm
just-
mad for that too.
That's a great point, Trevor, because just because you haven't worn it in 2 years
Doesn't mean that it can't.
doesn't mean that it shouldn't be taken out for a walk on the
I
street.
think this was way behind something for a while,
It's
and
fab.
I opened up the
It's
podcast.
That's
really
gorgeous.
fab.
It's really
It's
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
I found a lot of old little blazers and jackets that look so good
Yeah.
with jeans and high heels now. I never wore them like that
No,
originally,
that's-
but they're cool and some of them are great designers and it's,
You're
it's
exactly
good to
right.
go through.
People also
Some
think-
have to go.
People think they haven't worn it in a while, that it's time to move it on, but maybe not.
Maybe get it tailored. Get it
That's
tweaked.
the other thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Tailoring
Tailoring.
is an amazing thing.
Yes.
This was so much fun. I'm so
Thank you
excited
for
that we got
having me.
together
Thank you
and did
so
this.
much. Do you want to
Thank you
stick
for
around for a
having
while
me.
while
I
we talk
would
about
love
some of
to.
our fun
So
topics?
I wanted to mention this weekend, or last Thursday, I went to something really cool. I forgot to say this at the beginning when we were talking about weekends. But I went to this conference that was for 3 women. They highlighted 3 women. A friend of mine was a moderator, all in their 30s, who have done incredibly well with these tech companies. I mean, 2 of them are just superstars. One is Zola. A lot of you might have heard of that. That is the wedding registry that incorporates
Yes.
if you have kids getting married or your friends' kids or yourself. Now what they did is online combined, so you can do Bloomingdale's and Pottery Barn, everything all together. It's made really easy. It's great. God knows what that thing is worth now. And the president was there.
Wow.
She spoke. And this other woman from the Muse, which is this huge recruiting company that has like 40 million people on their site, literally all the time.
Amazing.
And another woman who does Of a Kind, which you might like. It's a lot of one-of-a-kind fashion, kind of artsy things.
Yeah.
You should take a look at this.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing I wanted to say is, so they were there kind of talking about how they got their funding, venture capital, etc. And this is what I took away from this whole thing, because they all had these brilliant ideas, worked really hard. But their interesting thing is that they said that men who go out and get funding, I know this might surprise you, they really embellish their numbers. So they go sit down in Silicon Valley and they say they're going to have this. And so these women were told, be aggressive. They're like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to push ourselves as far as we're comfortable. So they went in, they pounded on the table. These are going to be our numbers. They pushed themselves. They had this whole meeting. And afterwards, when they did get the funding eventually, they have a special, this is the Zola story. They have such a great idea that people could relate to. But what they said that was so interesting is that later the people said to them, you should have embellished your numbers, because they're like, well, we thought we did stretch it. And they're like, no. Everybody assumes that guys, they come in and embellish everything so much, or they come in and they're so aggressive that they take it down.
Always.
So we take it down. So it's interesting because they said women typically go in, they want to be
truthful and honest.
They want to be truthful. They maybe want to underestimate and make you surprised later how well they've done. They're like, no.
Don't do that.
You got to go in
I
with
love
this great confidence, great story, and push it. So I think that's true for anyone who's looking for business, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so I think it applies to all of us.
Know your worth. When
Yeah.
we joke,
Right.
we tend to step back a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's a
No
whole,
harm.
actually I posted on my Facebook a while ago, but there's a whole process of what the way women are viewed from the VC world, the venture capital world. And when we're aggressive and we sound like we know what we're doing, we're obnoxious. We're not maybe knowledgeable, but we're really hard and difficult. Whereas a guy is very aggressive and he's looked at as being really great and he's smart and charismatic.
And embellishing.
And embellishing.
embellishing.
So it's kind of interesting.
But it's a given. It's a given. So, but they weren't like like that. But they said, even though they thought they were being so strong and so aggressive. So I don't know. I just wanted to mention that. I thought it was a really cool event.
That is really
Zola's
cool.
really cool. The Muse is really cool. And Of a Kind, I didn't think about it before. So
Yeah.
I think you might really like
that
her
would
site.
be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we found, actually, I saw it this weekend, Oprah did a really interesting speech
I
on
loved it.
legacy.
That
And
Oprah.
she just, I just love her. So in the speech, she was saying that she had told Maya Angelou, well, my legacy is going to be this school that I opened up in South Africa, and I'm so proud of it. And Maya's like,
It is
no.
beautiful.
And she's like, I'm educating girls. And Maya's like, no, that's not your legacy. And she goes on and on. And finally she comes to this, all the people you touch that you've loved is your legacy.
Right, for anyone.
For anyone, for all of us. And I think that's such a great thing to remember, right?
That
Just
really,
to be loving.
that
and
really
kind
is. Yeah.
every day. And that's a great legacy.
Just helping someone who's
Yeah.
going through whatever.
Something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is so fantastic, and I think what makes you feel better. Oprah has, I just read this thing of all the people in media and their fortunes. So, there's people like David Letterman has 400 million or whatever. I don't know how they all
Right.
have come out with this.
She has how do they figure that out?
I don't know, but she has 2.9 billion. Oprah,
awesome.
and she is the largest, certainly the largest Black philanthropist, certainly, of course, Black woman philanthropist, and she continues to do amazing things with it. So,
and her legacy
kudos.
On. And we got a shout out from Drew Georgiadis. Looking good, thank you, Drew. Now, another thing that I noticed this weekend that I just loved was Serena Williams. She's pregnant and she's on the cover of Vanity Fair. Did you see that?
I saw it. And the Demi Moore pose, which a lot of people have done.
Oh, she did the.
I wish you did that.
She did the this.
Yeah, she did the this.
She did this.
She has a belly chain on.
Right.
That's like her only.
Right.
And I just thought she's going to come back and win another tournament after.
Of course.
Wow, she's so powerful.
She's amazing. Okay, now this is really interesting because we've Jill and I kind of talk about this stuff now and then. This recent study we found said this is important. You guys think about this. Sex as you get older is good for your brain.
Keeps your brain much sharper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why is that?
No wonder we're all
why sex more than school cycle? Or, think about it. Why? It's an exercise, you're getting the toxins out. Why more than the Vibrazon or vertical addiction or all these other things we do?
I think all those happy hormones, right? Oxytocin, all those dopamine, serotonin. There's this wonderful cascade effect of your whole body, and apparently this is good for your brain.
Who's going to argue?
Excuse me, I have to go now.
So remember that, everybody.
Is there a certain time of the day that makes it more effective or anything at all?
I think it's quantity. And it doesn't matter the time of the day, just have sex.
And when they're saying that, as you get older, so are they referring to certain ages or for as long as you can, because like anything else you do to keep your mind and your body active.
Exactly. And I think
all about.
Once upon a time, maybe in our parents' generations and before, you were kind of just weren't going to have sex after a certain age, right? It was just not important, and people. Now, I don't believe that's true.
That's true for everyone, but
I don't think that was true for everyone. But
there wasn't as much help.
Right. And I think nowadays people are saying that, this study shows that as you get older, this is a good thing to continue. So, yeah, keep it up.
If you're against that,
send us a note. I like that.
Literally, figuratively, if you have a problem with this, we'd like to hear about it.
Yes, please.
Or not.
Exactly. So, a little serious commentary because, Jill and I can't stop talking about politics. So, we've got our healthcare bill.
I saw Chris Murphy this morning, Senator Murphy on, and he was saying if $1 billion in Connecticut gets cut for Medicaid, which I still cannot figure out why this is so essential to cut this out so that a lot of people can get a $15,000 tax cut that's going to wind up paying for all these premiums and healthcare costs that are going to go back up anyways. I think he was saying it's just going to be a lot of decision if you're getting this pull-out couch for your, maybe your parent that's in a nursing home coming back to live with you, because the Medicaid's going to take, and that's a big problem people don't realize. A lot of seniors are on Medicaids that live in these nursing homes, and they're going to wind up coming home, or there's going to be a choice between them and the health care for someone else, and that's pretty frightening. So I'm glad the vote got delayed, but I'm nervous about what's coming, because I think they're going to cut all these deals with the senators that need help in their states, and we'll see what happens. I really, really hope they come up with something great. And I know that for the very, very wealthy, a lot of times they don't even use insurance unless they get to something like a huge operation, but they go to doctors where they don't need insurance, etc. But do they really need them, this tax cut? When all these other people are going to be hurt?
I just can't even imagine really getting past Congress.
Even especially
I just can't.
Really in red states where there's a great deal of opioid addiction, I cannot imagine those senators being able to get away with cutting out any mental health. And a lot of cuts will be in mental health. So this is
rural hospitals are already having all these issues, and you're going to have to drive hours to get care. People will die. Lots of people will die. Yes. And also an interesting thing I heard is that, look, healthcare is a mess in this country. There's no easy way to fix it. Yeah. Obamacare needs a lot of help. This needs a lot of help. But the interesting thing is that they were saying this morning is that the Congressional Budget Office said it really takes 10 years, whether it's the things in Obamacare tweaking it, 10 years for kind of all level out and be good. And bring the younger people in. It's not going to happen in a year or two. And whatever plan they pick, something's going to happen. But that's really tough. And a lot of these senators are thinking it's not enough cuts and not conservative enough. So I think our president has to make a choice. Is he going with them? Is he going with his moderates and some Democrats and try to come up with something
I think the problem is there's so many egos involved.
Yes.
There are just too many egos involved, and we lose sight.
I think there's and I'm not going to get this right, but there's something about the insurance companies have to be kicking in, and somehow that the GOP has cut that back, which has caused the premiums to go up. There's been like this whole sort of series of events that have really hurt Obamacare, but that has come from the Republicans, or affordable health care. So I think we have a lot to work on.
There's a lot of pieces.
There's a lot of moving parts.
But so many people are going to be affected in the most dramatic way. Illness and death.
I feel like we have all these smart people in this country. We have well-meaning people in this country. We can solve some of these problems, and I think we just have to.
The good thing is, I think that the population, for the first time maybe ever, is getting it. And speaking out about it and saying like, no, I had this, and you're going to make it this, so that you can have a little tax cut over there. How do you justify that? So we'll see. Again, if you feel differently, and one thing that we really do want to do, that Trevor and I, let's just even say that we have towards the left. Not totally far, but towards the left. But we really do want to bring some people on this show that have different opinions, that we can learn something, and we can open up our minds. So explain to us, maybe there's arguments that we're missing, and I actually would love to do a show like that too. So if you're interested in being part of that, we've spoken to a couple of people, and we'd love to hear from people who maybe disagree with the president, but they're Republican, or maybe strongly back the president, and say like, you guys are overreacting about this. So we would like to put that together.
We would love a good discussion, a good debate. It's always good. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up for today. We're so happy you're watching. I just want to put a plug in for Vertical Addiction, which is, of course, my aerial fitness studio. Cool. We just opened up in Fairfield. If you get in touch with me, I will give you a free class pass. So Facebook Messenger me. I will fill something out for you, and you can come take a class for free.
Goody.
And
it's really fun.
It's really fun. We just posted a video of Miss Amy May Rose. You can find her on Instagram. Follow her. She's amazing. She's an aerialist from New Zealand. And she
looks like an aerialist from New Zealand.
What is an aerialist from New Zealand?
She's just so cute.
You'll have to watch. Really good.
So go look at the Instagram.
She can wear anything here.
Oh my God.
She could wear anything.
Better than you.
So cute. So anyway, go to Vertical Addiction. Check it out. It's just super fun.
We have some great shows coming up that we've planned out for the next few weeks. Next week we'll be doing more bathing suits and cover-ups, and some nutritional things from South Moon Under. We're going to be broadcasting from Gold Coast Connect. Really, really fun party. You'll probably be there, right, Miss Lynn?
Yes, we are.
It's so much fun. Yeah. July 11th at Birchwood Country Club. Get your tickets, goldcoastconnect.com. It is going to be such a fun night.
It's going to be a big event.
And I'm very excited. We're going to be talking to one of the most, the following week, one of the most wonderful breast surgeons around here, Dr. Camelia Lawrence, and the American Cancer Society. Wow, does she have information for us and things to talk about. So lots of things coming up, and again, let's get that political discussion going with the whole
Your most
lineup.
memorable kiss?
My most memorable kiss. Well, this is really funny. There's two. The first one that popped into my head was going back in 8th grade, only because I've been going out for about a year with my best friend in middle school, the kind of kid, you know how you have those friends that you laugh so hard tears come down your face?
Oh, I love that.
Those friends. We were like that every day, laugh so hard, and so we thought we should be going out, and we'd kiss sometimes, and I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be so great, but it really just wasn't that great. He's not going to be offended when I tell the story. So, in 8th grade, because he's gay.
And there you go.
Okay, so he I'm sure he felt the same, but we were great friends, the greatest guy. But shortly thereafter, a guy a year younger, a really handsome guy, asked me out. We rode our bicycles to the beach, which we basically had our own personal soul cycle back in the day. Do you remember riding your bicycle for like
all the
forever?
Time, all day, all night.
Rode down to the beach, got the leather jacket, the long hair. I thought he was so cool, so hot. And I remember kissing him, going like, oh.
That's what it's supposed to be like.
Oh, I'll never forget it. Like, and I don't think I ever saw him again, even after middle school. And I gotta say, the other one's my husband, but in a funny way, because I met my husband at a business event. I had to take a lot of people socially at night. He shared a cab with me on the way home. I was like, nice to meet you. Shake out the hand, and he leaned over and kissed me. He's like, oh, I'll be seeing you again. I'm like, oh,
wow,
gross. Get out of the car. Like, ew. And, here I am. Doing this show with these two lovely ladies, so
wow.
Many years later. So I'd say those are two that really stuck in my head. Now, how about you? You haven't even told me.
I want to hear this one.
So, very cold, dark night, lots of stars. It was a winter time in Gstaad, Switzerland.
Ooh.
Very hot European.
And that's always stuck with you?
That's kind of,
because of the setting or the guy or everything?
A little of everything, because it was just like this cold, cold night, stars were out, and come on, European men are
So that's what's so interesting. I mean, we've all had a lot of kisses in our lives, I'm sure, that of all those kisses, really one or two, really, you remember them so well.
Yeah. And of course, the one that I think I was 13 or 14, and he was just cute, and I was like,
that first acknowledgement.
You get that.
Do we get to ask you, or are we going to, should we just talk about cute pants?
Lynn, you want to finish up our day with your first kiss?
Oh,
or
God.
Most
Good
or bad, as I said, good or bad.
It was also Switzerland, to be honest. I went to Campus, Switzerland with a great group of people, and his name was, he's probably not watching, so yes, he say. And he was from France, and we were in Zermatt, and I never really had a kiss like that before. I was flawed. It was
what do they teach them over there?
I don't know, but whatever.
Can we get them on the show?
Wow.
I love it. All right, everybody.
Book your ticket to Zurich.
There we go. Go to Switzerland. Everybody have a really great week. We'd love to hear your comments. If there's a question you want us to ask next week, send it to us, okay? And stay safe, have fun, and we want to hear all about your July 4th.
And call us Great Stylists.
Wearing fabulous clothes.